This is completely unacceptable behavior in this neighborhood. That is a $500 fine, Zal. You will adhere to the rules.
Cold air hit my face when I stepped onto the driveway and saw bright yellow tickets flapping under every wiper like warning flags. It was 6:01 a.m. The HOA security truck idling with blue lights flashing, exhaust mixing with the smell of wet asphalt and my coffee. The guard was snapping photos like he'd found a crime ring. I asked what he was doing. New rule, he said. No guest parking before 8:00 a.m. $200 per car. Tow truck's coming. He shoved 7 tickets into my hand and rolled off. I checked the handbook inside. No such rule. 10 minutes later, a mass email hit my phone. Time-stamped 5:41 a.m., declaring an emergency ban starting 6:00 a.m. They wrote the rule, then drove straight to my house. HOA ticketed my late guests at 6. Had no idea I am their prosecutor was the angry sentence pounding in my head that I walked into the clubhouse that afternoon with my tickets and a tight smile. Cheryl, our HOA president, sat in a blazer and pearls, tapping a toy gavel like she was a real judge. I explained the time-stamped email, the cars already parked, the rule that didn't exist before sunrise. We just enforced the standards you agreed to, she cut in. Someone whispered that I worked downtown. We will not be intimidated because she has a law degree, Cheryl snapped. A board member moved to deny my appeal. Hand shot up. My appeal died in 3 minutes. They thought I was just another homeowner they could bully. I promised myself I would use proper channels only. No shouting online. Just law.at my kitchen table. I opened our covenants, city code, and state law. One sentence hit me. Patterns of false reports can be prosecuted. I started a list. Timeline item 1, April 5th at 4:27 a.m. false trespass call on my teen nephew walking our dog. Timeline item 2, May 3rd at 9:00 p.m. bogus noise complaint while we watched a movie. I added every ticket, every warning, every time security showed up at my door. Then I filed a public records request on our HOA and the security company. 2 weeks later, at my office downtown, the clerk dropped a thick folder on my desk. The file landed with 63 pages. Complaints, logs, late-night emails from Cheryl about problem houses as I lined up photos, emails, and call logs in a binder until it looked like a receipts montage. 17 complaints against my address in 1 year. Not one upheld by the city. Then I logged into our case system. Sitting there, already assigned before the parking stunt, was a new case, State versus Lakeshore Estates Homeowners Association and Board. I am the prosecutor who handles community nuisance and abuse of authority cases. And thanks to timing and their own pattern, I was now their prosecutor. The hearing was public in a Plain County room. Cheryl walked in with 2 board members and the HOA lawyer. She saw me at the prosecutor's table and her smile fell off her face. She started. I'm the assigned prosecutor on this case, I said. Phones went up as neighbors realized what they were watching. The judge called us to order. I walked through the timeline and played security video of Cheryl at 5:50 a.m., pointing at my guests' cars, telling the guard which to ticket under a rule that didn't exist yet. I showed the 5:41 a.m. email. I laid out the 17 complaints, all aimed at the same cluster of homes, all closed as unfounded. The HOA lawyer called it strong rule keeping. Cheryl said I was a bully abusing my job. The judge said, the evidence shows a pattern of harassment by this board, not by this prosecutor, and people in the back actually laughed. Then we read the police reports. One said, caller reports wild party at 9:00 p.m., screaming. The officer's notes read, arrived 9:12 p.m., found family watching TV at normal volume. No violation. In the end, authority flipped hard. The judge ruled the emergency rule invalid, the tickets void, and every similar fine in the last 12 months refunded. 7 homes, $7,200 with interest. The board was fined by the county for misusing security and warned that any future pattern of false reports could bring criminal charges. Cheryl was removed as president and barred from any HOA board in the county for 5 years. Neighbors clapped and laughed, phones up, and that night it was the top story online. After that, the lake felt like a new place. Our neighborhood held a special election. A Commer board took over and focused on fixing the dock and the playground instead of counting cars at dawn. Cheryl's house went quiet. Then a for sale sign appeared, and she was gone by fall. On the first Saturday after the ruling, We lined up folding chairs by the water and cooked pancakes on a griddle. No tickets, no flashing lights. Just kids laughing and the smell of bacon and coffee in the warm air as the sun came up over the lake, and it finally felt like home again. Please follow for more HOA showdowns like this. Do you think she got what she deserves? Comment below.